So here's a time lapse of me setting up the fire tent up on the Mogollon Rim. So you take the large bag that has the canopy and spread it out. Now I've predetermined the size of this just by experience, but it's important to take it out and then spread it to corner so that you know how it's going to fit and where it's going to be situated, particularly keeping in mind where you're going to put the fire. And so you do that by you see the smoke ring hole there. So you spread out corner to corner, and then you get the aluminum poles, the support poles, and then you attach them to the corners and lay them underneath the canopy in preparation for attaching the poles to the ground stakes. Okay, so all the poles are set. So now I'm getting the ground stakes, which are heavy-duty steel ground stakes. And so I'm pounding these diagonally across the corners and then attaching the aluminum poles here you see, and then there's some ratcheting straps. And then so there's 4 stakes, 1 for each corner. This one I'm setting, it's outside a frame because this is, as we see it now, the long side is 30 feet and the short side is 20, so it's a large canopy. And here I'm struggling to find a rock-free location for the ground stake, but eventually I find one, and that's usually the case, except in the case of absolute stone, which I haven't encountered yet. And then you initially just tension it up very loosely on all 4 corners. Here I'm out of frame, connecting it, extending it. Those poles are about almost 8 feet tall. Okay, and then you just lift each corner up slowly, one at a time, and it usually pops right up. And then you walk the ends out so the poles are as vertical as possible, and then that automatically tensions it. And the straps on the side have ratcheting straps, so you can ratchet it to higher tension. And that's like medium tension right there. So now I'm getting the bag of the fire ring, which is a metal pole structure, a ring, which supports the aperture there in the middle, where the smoke from the fire will go up through the canopy. Those poles on the ground are to raise the main mast. So here we see there's a collection. This is the fire ring or the smoke ring, and I'm just assembling it here. It's about 3 feet in diameter. It's 1 inch lightweight steel. And then once it's attached here, you see, I attach it by using cam buckles. There's about 10 around this collar, and then you just strap it up so that it's pretty tightly connected to the canopy. And you just use cam buckles to connect it. And then I take the center mast and then use also some different cam buckles, or same cam buckles, a different configuration to connect the center mast. And then there's just a pin system to connect the telescoping poles. So here is a larger ring, and this is for the chimney cap. And so this is a larger structure. This is 5 feet across and of a thinner steel material. Here, and this time I set it up, I encountered a problem where one of the connectors got bent. And in then my effort for full disclosure, I took a little video to show how you can bend it back. But I have since redesigned it so you don't have to, this isn't a risk anymore. So you see the GoPro on the side of my head there, and I'm just bending the connectors back and then putting it back together. So the whole point is that you have a semi-rigid hoop, and then it connects. And the whole point is that it has 4 pieces that can collapse, and then you can put it in the bag, essentially. That's the whole point of it being takedownable. So once the hoop is secured to itself, here in a second you'll see me get the skin or the covering of the chimney cap. I'm doing my little running commentary. Okay, so here is the heavy duty. This is ballistic nylon, which is cut and sewn for this particular hoop. So it's a custom fit. And you see I pull it over like a drum skin, and then use like a purse string tightening system, and you work it around, it gets quite tight. Not quite as tight as a drum skin, but really quite tight. And then it makes a very lightweight and super strong structure. And so now I'm raising it up to the top, and I'm using cam buckles to connect it to the center mast. And once you've connected it, it's strong, but you want to walk off to the side and make sure that you've got it level and at least aesthetically pleasing. While it'll be functional, it can be uneven and just kind of ugly. So I usually check it out. And so here I get the last piece of the center pole, connect it, and then you just walk it up, and then you're all complete and you're all set. And that's how it works. And so now it's ready to have a fire or just to be used as a sunshade, as this day would show. But it's hard to find rain at this time in Arizona, so hopefully I'll do that. But this is me doing some other GoPro running commentary. But I wanted to show you this time lapse, because then you have a more complete picture of what we're talking about, assembly and usage, etc. So from the bottom there to the top, from the bottom where the ground is to the top of the chimney cap is about 12 feet. So there's 2 feet of separation between the canopy and the chimney cap. So it's very tall. And that's kind of the cool part of it, is that you have a very highly elevated canopy to protect yourself during the sun or the rain, where you can keep warm and dry. I have other videos showing how you can put a fire underneath this, and that's the whole point of the center mast. Part of the point of the center mast. The other point is obviously stability, as you can see here in the wind. It was blowing between 12 and 15 miles an hour today when I did this video. Anyway, I hope this is useful, and stay touched. There'll be more videos coming.